Hi guys, Bailey from News has returned, and today I wanted to talk about Hebrews 12:11 and what I think it means, which should be a quick and simple one. Before I begin, I always ask that you please give me criticism on how I can improve and do better in these videos. I plead that you do tell me about your day, and if you need prayer or you want someone to talk to in the comments, I will try my best if I need to do any of those. But that being said, we can begin. Hebrews 12:11. For the moment all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. End quote. This could be seen in two ways: discipline from punishment or self-discipline. Discipline from punishment means that you'd suffer the consequences from your wrongdoings, like you either lost something temporarily or permanently, like a kid losing their Lego helicopter and it's placed on top of the fridge out of their reach for the time being, which did happen to me before, and let me tell you, I do not like that. I was pretty sad, but I did deserve it because I was being pretty awful as a kid. Or sorry, or that Lego helicopter was given to another kid entirely, which is even worse. And discipline from punishment could also be physical as well, like that same kid getting spanking for their behavior instead by their parents using a belt. Oh man, not the belt. The punishment will feel terrible at the time being, but at the end you'll gain that whatever action you committed which placed you in that position in the first place shouldn't be done again, and you'll be wiser with your actions, and you'll be very cautious because you don't want to go through the same song and dance again. Disciplining yourself is not punishing yourself for doing bad, but rather for the time being you choose at any time to take away wherever gives you enjoyment, to train yourself to not rely on that particular thing for a while. For example, electronics. A lot of us are so used to hopping on electronics every day that the thought of trying to limit those devices completely, staying away from it will be really hard, especially if you don't have to. Like you're only doing it for discipline. Like, yeah, it wouldn't be easy. But I think fasting from food is definitely way harder because like from electronics, we know it's not like we'll starve if you don't get on electronics for a while, but like not only like, we're so used to eating every day, but you will feel a bit hungry. It'll get a bit worse. So like definitely like eating is the most difficult when it comes to discipline. But I'm saying electronics is also like I think second or third best. But anyways, let me get back to the script. But I believe that isolating yourself from something like that for the time being will increase your tolerance for not only staying away from electronics, but it could also help us be willing to use that time for electronics and instead give it to God and other hobbies. Because you train yourself to stay away from electronics for a while, it'll help you to become more okay with putting them away regularly for some time and use that time to praise God and get into His Word. And if you do find some other hobbies, or found some other hobbies you could get done, like drawing, studying, exercising, etc., and you'll add more time to those things. In other words, discipline could create tolerance, patience, and wisdom. The more discipline you apply to your life, the more experience you'll gain when it comes to long suffering or other activities you've never done before because of electronics consuming that time. Another thing is you could also let others know how to get through their discipline with their experience, making their trials a little easier with their tips. And not only that, and that they know they're not alone with their suffering. Like they know, okay, so you dealt with this too. That makes me feel more comforted. Of course, it's easy to get back into old habits. Like the first time won't be enough to completely transform us. Same with discipline from punishment. Like we'll think we'll get away with it the second time. Like we got experience from that. We're like, okay, I know what to do not to get caught this time. Until we do get caught again, again, and again. And for self-discipline, that's why we should sometimes come back to starving the flesh from the desires to keep our free choice from truly being free. But as you continue to deny yourself, it can help. Like if you run into any inconveniences that would annoy an average person, you should be able to like tolerate better because you've been either in or a similar situation like this before, or that you've been in a much worse situation, so it shouldn't be as big as a deal. It also helps to think about others that suffered way worse than you could ever imagine, but they kept going with their walk. So if they could do it, who says you can't? You just gotta keep believing in God, my friend, and keep relying on His strength. This is all for this explanation. Thanks for taking time to view this. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, but it's okay. Prayerfully, I'll see y'all next week. Goodbye, beautiful people.